Okay, let's begin. The objective of this video is to explain conditions for good dive visibility and how to use Surfline to predict visibility. Waves. Small surf equals better visibility. You want a wave height of less than 2 feet, ideally, according to the surf report. Wind. A light wind equals better visibility. Ideally, wind speed of 5 miles per hour or less. And you want plenty of sunlight as well, although this is a tertiary requirement. Factors out of control: algae, biomass, sediment, tides. Okay, let's get into Surfline here. So Surfline is the main tool I use. So say we wanted to go dive at La Jolla Cove. So I find the nearest report, which is Scripps. Scripps has 2 cameras, so you can really see what the conditions are out in the water without actually diving. And right off the bat, you can see there's some swell in the water. The water looks a little dirty, and the wind has picked up. So right now would not be a good time to dive. And it says 3 to 4 feet. So this is outside of our ideal conditions. Like I said, we want less than 2 feet of swell, and you want less than 5 miles per hour, 5 knots more or less. All right, now let's go to my favorite chart. So we go to charts. Let's zoom in onto La Jolla Cove so you can see there's a lot of energy in the water. We have wave heights out in the Pacific of 11 feet, but good thing we have these channel islands that block a lot of the swell energy from reaching the coast. So this is good for SoCal. Let's zoom in and find a day that would be ideal this week to dive. So let's zoom into La Jolla Cove, and we can even pick exactly, say we want to dive exactly right at this location. And yeah, we want, this legend is in feet over here. We want the wave height to be as low as possible. So darker blue is more ideal. And then we can also see the vectors of the waves. So obviously these vectors coming from the south, less than 270 degrees, are not going to affect La Jolla as much. La Jolla Cove. So we can draw a line, say at exactly 270 degrees. And anything less than that is going to be shielded by the cove. So, but the most prominent one will be this 294 swell coming from the northwest, which will impact the La Jolla Cove. So let's run through time here. We can see the swell starts to die off a little bit. So more towards Wednesday, we have a lot less swell. It's starting to get darker blue along the coastline. You can see that. Let's start from here. You can see the pulse comes in. And then it starts to die off around here on Wednesday. And then even on Thursday would be more ideal for diving, because at least in the morning you can see our swell starting to pick up again. And this is the ideal conditions for diving this week. as in has the lowest amount of energy in the water. And this is how I like to use this feature of Surfline to predict the visibility. It's an excellent feature. And here's a shot of one of the best days of diving I had during the summer. The visibility was absolutely insane, as you can see, and I was able to capture these taupe sharks swimming all around me, and it's one of the cooler experiences I had. And as you can see, the visibility is maybe 20 to 30 feet, which is as good as it gets for Southern California. Please like and subscribe this video if you enjoyed it.